Today I'll show you how to do the blur effect in Photoshop 6.01 and up. So here is my tutorial. But by the way, this video is in honor of my friend Jacob. And here is the video. Okay, today I'll give you a tutorial on how to use the blur thing. This is a clear picture, but now I'll blur it. Okay, now first you have to go to the blur tool, which is right about right here, right under this one, right there. You right click and you click on the blur tool. Now all you need to do is blur. What I want to do is adjust it to more, maybe like a bigger size. Maybe like I'll try to maybe adjust. Maybe you should try to, like, when you're branding something with your name, probably you should use this technique. When you're using the blur tool, and if it doesn't work, the blur tool, you should apply something more like, you go to something like, go to the blur menu right here, and there's blur, like, you can go to blur strokes right here, the second one on the list. There's motion blur, smart blur. Okay, let's try smart blur. I don't know what it does. Well, let's check what it does. Okay, now that doesn't work, we go to our history place right about there. We go back to it where it says the blur tool. Now that that's done, you just need to quickly do something. Done. Okay, finally go back to blur again menu. I'll go to blur more. Now where it says pressure, you make it go full. Now let's try it. Now that's blurry. Let's try something more like this. Now that you know that works, you might want to go back to blur menu and try the Gaussian blur tool. Once you go to the Gaussian blur, you should get a blur effect like this. But if you want to try something else, you go back to the history menu and go back to the history menu right here in the corner, right, and go on top until you go to blur more. Because we're satisfied with that tool, let's go to filter and try a different blur tool, like the original blur tool. Something more like, remember when you do pressure, the more, it's like a stamp, the more you push onto it. So let's just go back to the blur tool and go to motion blur. If you're not satisfied with that one, just go back right there again to our last one we did. Because we're satisfied with our blur on, let's go to filter and go to blur again. Now let's try the radial blur. You can do as much as you want. Let's just try 100 for instance. Right on the bottom it tells you when it's processing. Now it does that effect. I'm satisfied with that effect, but I'll go back to the blur effect right over here. I would like to go back to the blur effect. And try something else. So let's go back to blur and radial blur. I don't want 100, I just want 50 this time when my results get. Now let's see if I'm satisfied with this one. If I'm satisfied with this one, you're done. And that's how you do it. If you're not satisfied again, you go to blur again. Go back from the history menu, click filter, go to blur menu, and let's try the smart blur. You can increase the thresholds and the radius, but I'll recommend you should do at least 100% on this, not 200 or more. Just try 100 and see what you get. Because I didn't get anything really. But I was satisfied with the radial blur. I'll just go back to the mount and recreate the effect. Now that I'm satisfied with what I did, you're finished, and this is how you use the blur filter and effect in Photoshop 6.01 and more. Bye. And this video was in memorial of my friend, whose birthday was on the 19th. Bye.
The girl them skill arty. Shonda Paul, some give it to, some give it to, some give it to our girls. 5,040,000 naughty shorty. Baby girl, all my girls, all my girls. Shonda Paul say, well, on the way the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh oh. I see the girl them broke out on the floor. From you don't wanna work as performer. From you don't want a man where can't turn you on. Girl, make I see you when them upon ya. Can't stand for the long, nah eat no yam, no steamed fish, nah no green banana. But down in Jamaica we give it to you hot like a sauna. Well, on the way the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh oh. Expose and girl you got the chest out, but you know waist out, cause girl you impress out. And if it is out of me, if it is out, cause I got the remedy for make you de-stress out. Me have to flat it because me got bless out. And girl if you want it, you have to contest out. And a life where we need set speed, if it test my test out. Well, on the way the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh oh. Girl, know some crazy now. This straight traffic and a Bridget and flavor show. Time to make baby now. So stop boy like you, I get shady, yo. Woman, don't play me now, cause I'm a fritz and fat, not greedy, yo. My loving is the way to go. My loving is the way to go. Well, on the way the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh oh. When you roll with a player like me, with a brother like me, girl, there is no other. No need to talk it right here, just park it right here, keep it undercover. Come and love how you fit in your blouse and you fat in your jeans, I'm a wild discover. Everything about you, baby girl, can you hear when me utter? Well, on the way the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh oh. I see the girl them broke out on the floor. From you don't wanna work as performer. From you don't want a man where can't turn you on. Girl, make I see you when them upon ya. Can't stand for the long, nah eat no yam, no steamed fish, nah no green banana. But down in Jamaica we give it to you hot like a sauna. Well, on the way the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh oh.